Hello. Today we are going to discuss again about the differentiation. Now we have done two videos on that. This is the third one. We are going to discuss about chain rule and how we can differentiate the function on the different variables. Okay, let us start to do that. Okay, let us start about this chain rule. We discuss about the differentiation. Now, look at the function. You see, for example, you have got a sphere. If you heat up the sphere, therefore temperature of a sphere changes. Therefore, there is a change of temperature. Now, with respect to time, therefore time changes, temperature changes. Temperature changes, the radius of the sphere changes. Therefore, the radius changes by time actually. Time changes, temperature changes, and temperature changes, radius changes. Radius changes, volume changes. So that now you can see there is a lot of different variables which are connected to each other. So you can ask me what is the derivative of the function, derivative of what is the rate of change of volume with respect to time. You may ask me what is the rate of change of volume with respect to radius. You can ask me what is change of volume with respect to temperature. With temperature, we know it by capital T now, suppose. The small t is for time, capital T is for the temperature. So therefore, there are different questions you can ask. What is the rate of change of temperature with the time? Or what is rate of radius with the temperature, whatever, or time. So there are so many different questions which you can ask. Now, let us put it in some mathematical notation. What is the connection between these rate of changes? Now, let f be a function of u, where u is a function of x. Now, as x changes, u changes. As u changes, this f changes. I will call this y, so it will be easier to denote. There is a question, what is dy by du? Because if u changes, y will change. There will be a question, what is dy by dx? And then you may ask, what is du by dx? So there are different kind of questions which you can ask. So let us see what is the relation between this. In simple arithmetic, you have learned that if a over b is same as you say a over c times c over b. You can see that this cancels this, so that these two are exactly same. So therefore a over b is equal to a over c times c over b. These two get cancelled off. You are going to get a over b. Exactly same thing you can do here. I can say that dy by dx is exactly same as dy by du times du by dx. So this is called chain rule. That means when x changes, u changes, when u changes, y changes. Now you have a relation between the change of different variables. This is called change rule. Now let us give an example for this. Now, if y is equal to u to power of n, what are dy by du and dy by dx? Dy by du is, as usual, n u to power of n minus 1. That means rate of change of y with respect to u is this, n u to power of n minus 1. But what is dy by dx? If you are writing dy by dx, by this, you can say this is dy by du times du by dx, which is n u to power of n minus 1 times du by dx. So we have this important formula. Let us give an example. Suppose y is equal to x squared plus 2x plus 5 to power of 4. Now, what is dy by dx? Now, y is equal to, dy by dx is equal to, now, you have something, you can call it this one u. This is u to power of 4, something to power of 4. So it will be 4 times of x squared plus 2x plus 5 to power of 3. That is this part. Now times, now I have to write du by dx. Du by dx, that means derivative of this with respect to x. Then that will be what? That will be 2x plus 2. You see, some people, they are writing 4 here, which is wrong. You should not put this 4 here, because you need only du by dx. There is no power there. Therefore, we have taken the derivative of the power here. Therefore, 4 comes down here, reduce 1 from the power. Then we are differentiating with respect to x, only the base. That means u. Now, I will give another example. Find dy by dx, where y is equal to square root of x to the power of 2 plus 4x minus or plus 7. First of all, this y is not in the exponential format. So I am going to write it in the exponential format. That means I will write y is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 7. You know that square root means power half. The square root is power half. You know that. Now, what is dy by dx? Dy by dx. This is your u to power of half. This is your u to power of half. So that what I'm going to do, half comes down here, reduce 1 from the half, the power, which is 4x plus 7. That is u to power of 1 over 2 minus 1. Times, now differentiate the u. Differentiate the u. That is 2x plus 4. Now, I can write this in the simplest form. If I want to write it in the simplest form, this is negative half. This is negative half. So, because it's negative, it goes to the denominator. Therefore, 1 divided by 2. Therefore, this comes to the denominator. Therefore, it will be a square root. Why? Because negative half. Because of negative comes to the denominator. Because of the half, will be a square root. x squared plus 4x plus 7. I can factorize 2 from here. 2 times of x plus 2. These 2 and these 2 cancels off. Therefore, the final answer is x plus 2 divided by the square root of x squared plus 4x plus 7. So you got the derivative of this function. I will give another question, which is suppose y is equal to f of x, which is equal to x to the power of 3 plus 4x plus 5. And g of x is equal to a square root of x squared plus x plus 1. Now, find dy by dx of the function y equal to f of g of x. Okay. Now, be careful because I have written y here, I have written y here and y here. It clearly says for this function. Therefore, we are going to find the derivative of this function. For this function, I can say that this is actually f with the function g. Therefore, y is equal to f g. G is a function of x. So, dy by dx will be equal to dy by dj times dj divided by dx. Now, this function this dy by dy, y is equal to f of g. Therefore, I am going to differentiate f with respect to g. That means if I put my y here, this y is equal to f of g. G will be g to the power of 3 plus 4g plus 5. What is dy by dg? Will be equal to 3g squared plus 4. So this part I have calculated already. Now let us see what is dg by dx. dg by dx, this is our g, power is half, so I can differentiate that one. Half comes down, x squared plus x plus 1 to the power of half minus 1 times derivative of inside of that, which is 2x plus 1. So if you simplify this, this is negative half. As we know that this will be 2x plus 1 here. This 2 goes here, a square root of x squared plus x plus 1. Therefore, this is. Now, if we substitute this, all this inside this equation here, what we are going to get? We are going to get dy by dx is equal to dy by dj. dy by dj, we calculate this is 3g squared plus 4. This multiplied by dj by dx. dj by dx is this one here. So I can say this is 2x plus 1 divided by 2 square root of x squared plus x plus 1. Now, g we know that g of x is equal to a square root of x squared plus 1, x squared plus x plus 1, therefore g squared, therefore this will change to 3 times of x squared plus x plus 1 plus 4 times 2x plus 1 divided by 2 square root of x squared plus x plus 1. If you simplify this easily, you can see this 3x squared plus 3x plus 3 plus this will be plus 7. This 3 here and then this 4 here will be totally 7 times 2x plus 1 divided by 2 square root of x squared plus x plus 1. So we could differentiate f g of x. That's all for today. We will have more discussion about this function, and then this has got application in physics and in other sciences also. Therefore, we will give some application of this later. Thank you for watching.